My name is Tara Riley. I've been an artist my whole life. I grew up in an artistic family. I graduated from the School of the Art Institute, and my intention is to express emotion and tell stories, and I'm just happy to be able to continue to create. I really feel it's part of who I am. Well, the initial inspiration came from my garden. There was this one beanstalk. I'd never grown beans until this year. There was this beanstalk that every morning kept growing up like it was reaching toward the sky. So it was, to me, just magical. And it just sort of comes to me each morning. I wake up and I sort of know what I need to do next. I feel almost as if I'm being guided by some sort of divine intervention or greater message, like it's telling me what to do. A beautiful object, and my hope is to leave some of its own natural beauty. So I've left like some of these edges raw so that we could really see the beautiful shapes in the legs and the details that the artist put in. I even left his name and his logo in there so that we can honor its origins. I'm just so happy to be a part of this, and I hope that everyone in the community gets to enjoy it and play the pianos. And I can't wait to see all the other ones.
So my name is Preeti Iqbal, and my background is more in watercolor painting. I've been doing that for about 10 years, and I just really enjoy that medium. When I saw the piano project advertised, a couple of things that caught my attention was the tag, One Book, One Village. So that's what got me going in terms of picking out the design, and I decided that I wanted to, one, incorporate a village scene. So on the back of the piano you see that that's what I've got going there. And then I decided to use pages from a book, and actually in this case it's a couple of books, but pages from a book to decoupage and build up all the different elements. And at the same time, I just wanted to be like a feel-good piano. So that's where you see a lot of the brighter colors, and it's a little bit of an uplifting scene, if you will. I love nature, so I've got a lot of those elements kind of going in there. And I grew up around mountains, so you'll see the mountains on the front. So it's just a few different things that sort of just kind of came together for me in terms of looking at all the different surfaces. But I also wanted to be a feeling of peacefulness and calmness. I want someone to want to walk up towards it and, you know, try their hand at it. Just kind of all of those elements going through. And if, you know, it just sort of reminds somebody, hey, you can read as a hobby, that's there too.
My name is Anthony Lewis. I'm a visual artist from Chicago, Illinois. As an artist, it's like I said, I like to find new approaches to art, and it seemed like a unique way to bring art and combine it with music. Also, I've never been able to play the piano, and I've always been jealous of those who can, so now I can say I at least painted one. So it turned out so far really good. A younger viewer, a 3-year-old, might look at it and just see the bright colors and hopefully just see the simplicity of that and like that it's bright and fun and has some interesting texture and cool to look at. You know, someone older, you know, elderly person might look at it and remember when they looked at a TV and the color bars were still black and white when they looked at them, you know, so I think it could really range the gamut. And then for me, as a 37-year-old man, I remember, you know, staying up way too late watching TV and falling asleep and then waking up and just hearing that tone playing on the TV because I'd stayed up too late and the color bars were just, you know, that's all that was left on the screen. So I think it can potentially bring about a lot of conversation, maybe between those different generations and what that might mean to them. And overall, I just hope that the bright and warm colors make people stop and check it out and look at it and maybe play a song on it.
My name is Teresa Mansi, and art is a very big part of my life, and it has been since I was a child. I love creatures and monsters, so on the front I have a kraken, and there's a pirate ship coming, so there's like a sense of story, like, oh, what's gonna happen with that, you know. On the sides of the piano, I have the story of Little Red Riding Hood. I've got the wolf kind of waiting, on one side, and then on the other, I'll have Little Red Riding Hood, walking like to a house. And then on the back of the piano, I have a very large dragon like lurking on top of a castle. I want them to search for adventure, and while you play piano, you can like get lost in the story, and you look below where your feet are, and there's like a giant octopus like kraken thing there, so it's just a fun piece.
My name is Tom Ray Barsik. I've been an artist my whole career. As far back as kindergarten, I was told that I had some talent. I knew nothing of it back in the day, but I pursued art as a career, and I was a graphic artist for approximately 35 years, and I still dabble with it as well. Well, I was able to lay out all these stripes and the colors and things on my computer first, so I got a really accurate visual. I've always been interested in making furniture, and at one point in my life I was even contemplating building my own furniture and doing custom painting to it. So it was like a wood project and an art project in the same. And when I heard of this, it was perfect for me. Just revamping an old piano and making it a piece of art and expressing myself. When I heard of the project, this idea popped in my head in like 1 second. I knew I wanted to do something very bold, loud color, and a strong design. And it's also a fun look, so that's the inspiration. Just take something that was old and decrepit and make it something beautiful.
My name is Jaffe, and I started painting when I was 13, and my grandpa had ALS. He was bedridden for 5 years, and his favorite thing, like his big joy, was when he would see birds outside the window. In the book, where the title comes from, there's a line, "Every note played is a life and a death." And so I wanted to use birds for the symbolism of death and life. And so I have the ravens coming through these cracks in the sky that are symbolizing the way his life is falling apart and death is looming, and he's reaching up for the little bluebirds in the last bit of life. I have actually thought a lot about the piano and who played it, fixing some things on it that, because it is an old one. It's like, how old is it? Who's, I was thinking like, what was it like when it was first brand new? Who brought this home, And so that is really fascinating to think about the journey of things and objects, as well as the people who have used it and have changed it now. And maybe it'll have something after this too. Like, keep moving on.
Yeah.